All right, well, we are at Goodwill today, and I am super excited because we have not been to this Goodwill since they reopened after being shut down for about 3 months. So we've given it about a week. They've been open for a week. That's given them time to go through donations and restock the shelves. And so I feel like today is going to be a good day. So we are going to head in and see what we can find that we can flip for a profit. So here we go. Okay, so the music is super loud. I think we're gonna probably have to resort to doing voiceovers just to avoid any copyright strikes, but I promise to try to make it fun. So here we go. All right, so we start out with some of the china, and immediately I see this giant stack of restaurant ware, so I check it over. This plate is pretty common. It's just a green stripe, and it's just heavy and bulky and hard to ship, so I decide to put it back. And then, of course, I would be a fool not to notice this beautiful Limoges just sitting here. So I look at it and I decide it's not really something that I'm looking for. It's pretty, but it's not really appealing to me. So I leave the Limoges, which is crazy, I know. But we decide to keep going, and there's really not a whole lot here that appeals to me. You guys know I'm into the vintage and antique stuff.
We have special shopping hours for seniors to give our senior shoppers the opportunity to be here in a less crowded environment. To stay safe, we are so glad to see you back at Goodwill. Thanks for shopping with us today.
Those have some serious age to them. And not only do they have serious age to them, but they appear to be child's plates of some sort. I didn't actually look at the second one, but the first one does have a resale value between $20 and $30. So for $2, I'll take the pair. So I spotted this vase hiding in the back and decided to pull it out. It does have a Japan sticker. I think it's Norleans or Norcrest. It's nicely hand painted and it's got this gold rim, no chips or cracks. So I decide that it's nice. I also spotted this little guy and I thought, you know, his mom might be here somewhere in the store, and I'm gonna put him in my cart just in case we come across her because he's pretty adorable. So they both go in the cart and we keep moving. All right, so I picked these up, just checking if they're original artwork, and obviously they're just little cards. But then I spot something on the top shelf and I grab that. And no, it's nothing special, obviously. This catches my eye, and this is just a little dish, and it appears to be made in Japan or China. However, it's not marked, and I just kind of have reservations about it. I'm not really sure why. I guess I just decided to be a little bit picky today, and I just checked it over. There were no chips or cracks, but I decided to leave her behind. So I walked away from the little lady dish. I did pick up this little dish, but then I saw it was false scrap, and most false scrap just does not have a very good resale value, so I put it back down. Now this caught my eye because it appears to have some sort of age. It's got pot stones, it's got crazing, there are no markings on it anywhere, but I like the scenery. I like that it's kind of a silhouette and it's black and white, so I stick it in the cart. And then I spot this. It is a hobbyist piece. It is signed and dated, but it's cute, I guess. And I have a lot of viewers who like swans, and so the swan goes in the cart as well. Okay, so as I'm poking around, I'm always looking in the back of the shelves. That seems to be where things are hiding. And sure enough, I come across this gorgeous chocolate pot. It's just absolutely stunning. It is transferware with a little bit of hand painting, but there are no chips or cracks. It's $3, no markings, but more than likely it's either Austria or Germany. And of course, it goes right in the cart. And I'm hoping a little research and I can attribute it to a maker. But again, it's not marked, so it is gonna just take a little bit of research, but totally gonna be worth it. 。 . 。  . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 .
. . .
。 . 。 . 。 . .
. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
Okay, so this Goofus glass on the bottom shelf caught my eye. It's in pretty decent condition. The painting isn't too chippy. It has a tendency to just flake all over the place, but it's in good condition. And right next to it is some of the green striped restaurant wear, but just not worth it.
Are healthy while they're working today. Any employee who's not feeling well or has a fever is staying
no, because
stay home.
I don't
We are so glad to see you back.
I don't really know
Thanks
with
for
the
shopping.
word because I don't always use the word. I use the notepad and I save it to the computer.
Pretty nice,
And then I upload it that
probably
way.
not.
I don't. If I know I need to, I will.
All right, so as you can tell, it's just super noisy right now in this Goodwill. So I noticed this on the shelf and I decide to dig for it. So I move this giant piece of cookware out of the way and I reach back to grab it. It's really light and I check the bottom and it's $5. I don't like the weight of it. I do like that it's hand painted, but I'm just not sold on the weight of it. Check this little guy. It's probably a souvenir piece, not really my thing. All right, so I spotted this little box on the shelf and decided to take a peek inside. I wasn't sure if it was for poker chips or maybe slides of some sort, but then I noticed this little piece of purple glass and I thought it was pretty, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. And so I put it back because I didn't know what it was. And I keep going and I'm just trying to take everything in. It's just really overwhelming, this entire shopping experience with the noise and just, there's a lot going on. I grabbed this plate or dish. It's just nothing special, so I set it back. So as I was browsing the shelves, I happened to catch something on the top shelf and I directed my attention up there. Now, I thought it was interesting, but I felt like it was missing something, like possibly it was supposed to have drawers on the upper tiers. It didn't feel complete to me, and since it was missing something, or I felt like it was missing something, I decided to leave it behind. It was neat, but I don't know. Felt like it was missing something, so. And this, as you can probably see, is marked false graph, and so it stays.
Remember to social distance. That means keeping 6 feet between
Stickers on it, but I think we're gonna grab it. So we finally made it to the blue section. And I guess there's a little red there too. This piece just caught my eye. It looks like flash possibly, but it wasn't anything special, so I left it. On the blue side, this is interesting, but upon further inspection, it has a Ross sticker, and it was $10. I think it was $10 when I just lifted it up. I'm not gonna go back and look. So I recognized this guy because I'd seen the kitty version before. Obviously this guy's missing the lid, but it sells for $20 to $30 with the lid and in good condition. So I left him because he's missing his lid and he's in pretty sad condition. I thought this was interesting. I decided to leave it. All right, I gotta be totally honest with you. I'm really struggling today with people like going down the wrong aisles and like stopping in the middle of the aisles, and there's just a lot of people here not going down the wrong way. It's just, I'm a go with the arrows person and I'm struggling really hard right now. But here's a cute cardinal for you. He's actually a little creepy. He's not really cute. So unfortunately, I had really wanted to go down this aisle over here, but somebody was blocking it, and I'm very frustrated, and I'm just trying to explain this to you guys so you can understand. Alright, so this is a Japan picture, but I like the painting on it. It really has some nice paint on there. So for $3, I'm going to take this. I guess it pays to obey the rules because now we're finding stuff in the green aisle. So I picked this up. It's really lightweight. Usually when I shake things, I'm trying to see how much it weighs. Just not really a fan. Now I found this a little bit interesting, and I'm not really exactly sure what it is. Obviously it's missing some parts. I'm thinking it may be part of a lamp, but I'm not entirely sure. So I shake it like a few times to try to figure it out, and I'm still just not really sure. It doesn't have a price tag on it either, but I decided to get it. Pull these out and put them back in. I'm not sure how I missed those mushrooms right there. I totally did. This is the problem with looking through my viewfinder and not looking at the shelves. I did find this though. This is a Russell Wright platter. I'm not really sure how much it's worth, but I like the Russell Wright. I think I might actually buy myself a set of Russell Wright for my own dishes. So I decided to grab it. I liked that, but it was modern. This back here was interesting. It was art pottery. However, the teapot was missing a lid, and so that went back up on the shelf. Hope I didn't make you too dizzy right there. Okay. So here I spotted something in the back. Again, it's some blue glassware, and we've got a cup. I'm most interested in the cup there. I like the floral pattern on it. Unfortunately, since it's just a single, I decided to put it back. If we had a set, I may have considered it, but I'm not going to pull the trigger on just a single cup. Thought that little dish was cute, but just no. Oh, so this cobalt blue bowl. I liked the coloring of it, but there just wasn't enough to go on. There was some sticker residue on the bottom that made me a little nervous, and so I decided to pass on that piece. You can see there's people coming down the aisle the wrong way, and it's causing me anxiety. I'm struggling here, because the aisles aren't really wide enough for more than one cart, and it's rough. So I'm checking out these pieces on the right in the corner. I think they're china. Trying to squeeze past this person. She looks like she's made in China. I like this piece. It looks like just studio art pottery. It's a really heavy piece, and I like the design. I like the bubbles and the glaze, and so I decided to grab that piece. There are no markings on it though, so I can't really attribute it to anyone, but I just like the weight of it. That piece just seemed modern, so I put it back up on the shelf. I grabbed a piece of glass there, but it wasn't anything special. This little guy was really cute, but I don't feel like he's anything special. That truck was compensating for something. I've been battling loud trucks, fireworks, and trains to bring you this voiceover. So I'm checking out this cat. Unfortunately, it's got a chip on it, so it stays living on the shelf. There's not a whole lot over here on this shelf. I always just check it out. Occasionally there will be some treasure over here, but not today. So I found this hidden on the shelf, and I remember seeing another one just like it. Sure enough, I go back. They were on two completely different shelves, but they're matching. And one actually says a price for the pair. So they were intended to be together. Somebody probably moved them apart. And so I brought them back together in my cart. These were nice. These are enamel. They are signed. They are $2. I could not read the signature on them, but if they were by a good artist, they could be worth good money. And for $2, I'm willing to take that chance. That was just lightweight wood, nothing special. This piece, I checked the bottom. It's got a modern mark. It's a cute little trinket box. This I pulled out to take a closer look at because I thought that it could possibly be Fitz and Floyd. And as you know, some of the Fitz and Floyd pieces can sell for very, very good money. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is not Fitz and Floyd. And as I look closer, I noticed that there are quite a few chips on quite a few pieces. And it really just is not worth it to me to buy the box. And so unfortunately, I have to put the box back on the shelf because it was a very cute set. Thought that was interesting, but after a closer inspection, it looks like just a modern decorating piece. These are cute. These are just cute little metal trays, and there is a small little signature down in the corner. For $2, I decided to take a chance on them and maybe figure out what they are. Now this little, I think it's wooden, this little wooden hen, I was in somebody's way. I had to move the cart. I'm gonna show you it again in a moment after I get out of the way. But this little wooden hen, I liked the painting on there. I don't think it's anything super valuable. It's probably just a little tchotchke. I have no idea what I just showed you. Another little wooden box. Again, this is not like high quality wood, but it's painted nice. I like the frog on the lid, and it's a nice piece. So this is something that I grew up with. My grandma had a little crescent oven. I don't know if it's a salesman sampler or whatnot. That one I just looked at, I believe is a repro. I don't think that's actually old. And look, now we are at the purses. So I'm checking out the purses. I'm looking for fun and funky. Vintage. I'm not typically looking for name brands because 9 times out of 10 when you find a designer bag at a thrift store, it is going to be a knockoff. Just, that's pretty much a given. So I'm not looking for Louis Vuitton. I'm not looking for Coach. I don't even really know designer name brands. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things like a Tiger King bag because everybody loves Tiger King and that screams Tiger King. And so it's probably made in China. There are no markings on the inside though. I'm assuming by the weight of it, I'm assuming it's made in China, but I like the print on it, and I like that it has the tiger because pop culture says Tiger King is hot, and so I decided to grab the bag. And I go back and I look one last time. That's kind of a nice beaded thing, but nothing old. I just bought a whole bunch of Vera Bradleys, so I'm not really looking at Vera Bradleys right now. And then I found this. This was in with the wallets. It says Mum Hero. I have a lot of friends over in England, so I just thought that was cute. Grabbed that. Now I have found vintage designer bags in with the wallets. No like outstanding brands, like, you know, but vintage designer brands. And so I always look there. All right, well, I think that sums it up. We are back in the car. I must admit that it was just a little bit overwhelming. I don't know. I was overwhelmed. Partly because of the arrows on the floor. Music was a little noisy. I mean, it's always pretty loud in there, but it was just like a combination of the music, the arrows, all of the people. I was just really struggling, and I, you know, the lanes aren't really that wide, and so going down one way with my cart and having other people come the other way and stopping and having to stop, and I was just having a really rough time today. I don't know what it was. Like normally it's not that hard, but I guess normally I have someone there with me to talk with, and like so I'm not so focused on everybody disobeying the rules. I'm really not OCD, I swear. But anyway, we got some good stuff today. Our total spend was $54. So I think we did well. I think we did really well. We got some great stuff. But I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to go find somewhere else to find some goodies. But before I end this video, I did want to mention that we are running a brand new campaign through Bonfire. We've got some new merch. If you follow me on Facebook, you probably heard about it. I'm wearing it right now. It's this Banana Box Antiques because a lot of you have been asking when the store is opening. We don't have an opening date yet. By the end of the year, we will be open. We're really not in any rush, really, but by the end of the year we'll be open. So we don't have an opening date, but we do have a name, and the name is Banana Box Antiques. So that is going to be the name of our shop, and I do owe thanks to one of our viewers who mentioned it in the comments. It was so long ago, I can't remember who it was, but I do thank you for suggesting that name because we ran with it. It was fantastic. I'm super excited. So I've put a link to the Bonfire campaign down below. We've run campaigns through them before. They are only for a limited time, so this merch is a limited time. I'm running the campaign for 3 weeks, so I will put the ending date down here. After that date, the shirts are no longer available. So once the campaign ends, that is when they ship out the shirts. So you won't have your shirt until after the campaign ends. So that is important to note. I think that's sometime in July. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you later. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook.